All right. So this is going to be an instructional video for all the drummers trying to audition for jazz band. First thing we're going to go over is the swing. All right. So to swing on It Don't Mean a Thing, what you're going to do in your right hand, the pattern is 1, 2, a 3, 4, a 1, 2, a 3, 4, a 1, and so on. So that pattern sounds like this. When you're practicing this, it would be helpful for you to say the numbers out loud. Like 1, 2, a 3, 4, a 1, 2, a 3, 4, a 1, 2, a 3, 4, a 1. Okay? And when you're swinging, you want to swing on the ride cymbal in the center of the cymbal here, not on the crown or the bell, and not like on the edge like you're crashing. Right here. Alright? So the next step to this is every time, since you should be saying 1, 2, a 3, 4, a 1, every time you say a 2 or you say a 4, you're going to click your hi-hat with your left foot. Alright? So it would sound like 1, 2, a 3, 4, a 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 1. Alright? Now, for the audition, that's all that I really need to hear in the swing. Alright? But, what would be good is to give me a bass drum on 1, but every other measure. So that would sound like 1, 1, 2, a 3, 4, a 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 1. Notice I didn't hit the bass drum every time I said 1, but I did it every other time I said 1. And I kept my hi-hats were still on 2 and 4, and I kept the same ride pattern in my right hand. Okay? If you want to add any comping or anything like that, that's up to you. Alright? So that's the swing. And the speed for this swing should be sort of brisk. It should be around... So if it's called any faster than that, what you can do is, instead of always 1, 2, a 3, 4, a 1, is that you can just give me quarter notes on this ride and occasionally put in that swing pattern. So that would sound like, it feels faster. Notice I didn't every time, sometimes. Because if it's going too fast and you swing every time, it'll get way too sloppy. All right. On to the next thing you need to do is you need to show me a Latin groove. So for this Bossa Nova groove, what you're going to do is you're going to hit the bass drum, right foot, then hi-hat, left foot, then back to bass drum, right foot again. And that's going to repeat. And so since it began with a bass drum and it ended with a bass drum, that would put 2 bass drum hits directly next to each other. And this is what it sounds like. Now you'd like to speed this up, so that sounds like 1, 2, 3, 4. So your second bass drum hit, this is the first one, this is the second one. That one should be slightly softer than your first one. So you're going 1. So this is 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 2 and 3, 4 and 1. So every time you hit 1, that's a big hit on the bass drum. Every time you hit 3, that's also a big hit on the bass drum. On an and, that's a weaker hit. 1 and 3. So you want to get that fluent between your 2 feet before you do anything else. Now you want to add in your hands. Your left hand will mimic your left foot with a cross stick across the snare drum. Your right hand will mimic your right foot on the ride cymbal. you'll eventually get it a little quicker, so that for your audition it should be around. Alright, so now on to the last groove that you need to do is a halftime funk groove. So what you're going to do is your right hand's going to subdivide all eighth notes in your hi-hat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and your left hand is going to hit the snare on 3 and your bass drum is going to hit on 1. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now to make your groove a little more interesting, you'd like to use some syncopation in your bass drum foot. And you'd like to keep your snare drum hand constant along with your subdividing right hand on the hi-hat. So. Now the next thing you can do to help this groove along a little more is another snare hit, but a little lighter on the and of 4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and is where that snare hit is placed. All right, so that's it.